All right, today we're jumping into a really fun and honestly pretty clever poem. It's a story that takes our whole idea of what a hero is and just flips it right on its head. It really makes you ask, what does being brave actually look like?
So, to get to the bottom of that, we've got to meet the whole crew living in Belinda's little white house. Now, from the outside, you'd probably just think, oh, a perfectly normal home. But trust me, what's going on inside is something else entirely.
So our story kicks off in this seemingly ordinary house, which is apparently home to some extraordinarily brave pets. Well, most of them anyway.
Okay, so here's the lineup. You've got Belinda, and she lives with this whole menagerie. A little black kitten named Ink, a little gray mouse called Blink, a sharp little yellow dog named Mustard, and, get this, a realio, trulio little pet dragon named Custard. Yep, a dragon.
And you should hear how brave everyone claims to be. I mean, we're talking as brave as a barrel full of bears. Ink and Blink, oh, they could chase lions down the stairs. And Mustard, he's as brave as a tiger in a rage. So, on paper, this house is just packed with fearless heroes, right?
But yeah, there's one character here who doesn't quite fit in with this tough crowd. And that would be our supposed star, Custard the Dragon.
And this is where it gets really interesting, you know? The central irony of the whole poem. Because on the outside, Custard looks absolutely terrifying. He's got big, shark teeth, spikes all over his back, a mouth like a fireplace, for real. But on the inside, deep down, all this big, scary dragon wants is a nice, safe cage to hide in.
So, you can probably guess what happens next, right? Because he's so timid, he becomes the butt of every single joke. Belinda tickles him, and not in a fun way, it says unmercifully. The other pets, they all laugh at him, they rudely call him Percival, and they're always teasing him about his age, basically calling him a big baby.
Okay, but this whole pecking order, this whole let's make fun of the dragon thing, it's about to get completely turned on its head, because now real danger is about to show up.
And just like that, all the teasing, all the laughing, it just stops. Dead silence. And then they hear it. A nasty sound that cuts through the air and startles everyone.
They all look up, and their whole playful world is being invaded by a very real, very dangerous pirate, climbing right in through the window. And let me tell you, this guy is not playing around. He's got a pistol in his left hand, a pistol in his right, he's got a sharp sword, a cutlass clamped between his teeth, add in the black beard and a wooden leg. Yeah, there is no doubt about it, this pirate means business.
Belinda turns pale and starts crying for help. But what about her super brave protectors? You know, the barrel of bears, the lion chasers, the raging tiger? Where are they now? Poof! Gone. Absolutely nowhere to be found.
It turns out all that big talk was just talk. Mustard takes off with this terrified yelp. Ink trickles down to the basement to hide, and Blink, well, he does the smart thing for a mouse and zips right into his mouse hole, leaving Belinda completely alone. So let's get to the main event. All the so-called heroes have bailed. Who in the world is left to actually save the day? You guessed it, Custard, the coward. He just leaps into action. He's snorting like an engine, clashing his tail with this terrible sound, and then he just charges the pirate with the ferocity of a robin going after a worm. Total focus.
The pirate is totally stunned. He manages to get off a couple of shots from his pistols, but nope. In his haste, he misses completely. The bullets don't even touch the dragon.
And Custard doesn't just scare the pirate away. He ends the threat permanently. He swallows the pirate whole, leaving not a single trace behind. Just gone.
All right, so the danger's gone, the dust is settling, and now the way everyone else reacts, oh, this is where we really get to the heart of the story.
And for a moment, it's just pure joy. Belinda runs up and embraces Custard. Mustard the dog licks him. And Ink and Blink are literally dancing with joy around the dragon who just saved all their lives.
But that hero worship doesn't last long. Almost immediately, the excuses start flying. Mustard claims he would have been twice as brave if he hadn't gotten so flustered. Ink and Blink pipe up that they would have been 3 times as brave. And just like that, they're all back to their old boasting selves.
And what about Custard, the humble hero in all this? He doesn't argue, he doesn't call them out. He simply says, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me.
And that's really the whole point, isn't it? This poem suggests that true bravery isn't about how tough you talk or how you look.
It's about rising to the occasion when it truly matters. You know, maybe the other pets need to boast because they're insecure. Their bravery is just a performance. Custard, on the other hand, doesn't need to prove anything with words. His actions did all the talking.
And that leaves us with this final thought about the huge difference between how things seem and how they really are. What's more important, looking brave or being brave when it counts? It seems our little dragon answered that question perfectly.